1. Rising costs of goods and services. Inflation leads to an increase in the price of everyday items such as food, gas, and clothing. As the cost of living rises, consumers are required to spend more to maintain their usual standard of living. 2. Decreased purchasing power. As inflation erodes the value of money, consumers' purchasing power declines. This means that the same amount of money buys fewer goods and services, making it harder to afford necessary items without increasing income. 3. Impact on grocery bills. Inflation significantly impacts grocery prices. Items like milk, bread, and meat can become more expensive, forcing consumers to either spend more or adjust their shopping habits, often opting for cheaper alternatives. 4. Increased transportation costs. Higher fuel prices, driven by inflation, directly affect transportation costs. Whether it's driving a car or using public transport, people find themselves paying more for commuting, travel, and shipping services. 5. Rent and housing prices. Inflation also affects housing costs. Rent prices and home prices tend to rise as inflation increases, making it more difficult for people to find affordable housing and for homeowners to maintain their property costs. 6. Impact on interest rates. To control inflation, central banks may increase interest rates, which affects the cost of loans and credit cards. Higher interest rates make borrowing more expensive, impacting big-ticket purchases like homes, cars, or appliances. 7. Wage stagnation versus inflation. Often, wages do not rise at the same pace as inflation, leading to a decrease in real income. Consumers may feel the pressure of rising prices while their earnings remain stagnant, reducing their overall standard of living. 8. Changes in consumer behavior. Inflation can lead to changes in consumer behavior, as people become more budget conscious. Consumers may cut back on discretionary spending, delay purchases, or seek out discounts and sales to cope with rising costs. 9. Impact on savings. Inflation erodes the value of savings. If the rate of return on savings accounts doesn't outpace inflation, the purchasing power of saved money decreases over time, leading people to seek other investment options to preserve wealth. 10. Increased cost of debt. For those with outstanding loans or credit card balances, inflation can lead to higher monthly payments due to rising interest rates. This increased cost of debt can strain finances, forcing people to allocate more money towards servicing debt.